your mark. Get ready, set, go.
Start.
Kelly's here.
Wow!
Zelly's here.
Perfect!
Gaming.
That's amazing!
Wiggle that butt. Ooh!
Butt. Wiggle that butt. Wiggle that butt. Say it with me, Kelly.
Wiggle that butt.
Wiggle that butt.
Wiggle that butt.
Ooh,
Ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay. Okay, I'm done. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Zelly,
And I'm Kelly.
and we're gaming here today. Hey, Kelly, do you remember what we did last time in the episode?
No, I don't. Why don't you remind us?
Okay.
Zelly.
I totally will.
From Kamasaki district.
So last time we
Sure.
were playing, we played with HALARA and the boy. We investigated the clock tower to investigate more about the Nailman murder case to see what actually happened. Turns out that we found out a lot of clues that don't point towards his dad, and maybe to somebody else that may have done the murder. So now we're kind of pursuing that. Well, that, and we are also supposed to be with our boss, and our boss was pretty much threatened that if we don't solve it in 3 hours, he's going to be dragged away. So we don't want that to happen. So we'll try to solve it beforehand.
Ooh.
And this is the
So
church.
the mailman urban legend originated at this church.
Very creepy setting we have here.
I agree.
There aren't any ghosts here, are there? It's safe.
I love how Shinigami is the one freaked out.
Shinigami, aren't you a ghost?
What's the matter, Halara?
I hate churches. I find them devoid of value
Huh?
Oh.
Why is that?
because prayer is obviously inferior to payment. Just look at the tragedies the city has seen. There is no God to save you. The lost lamb should look to detectives for help instead, don't you think?
Dang, that is harsh.
I don't know about that. Depends on the individual.
Forget it. For now, let's talk to the people around the church.
Will they even listen to us?
They can't say no if we say we're on assignment for the peacekeepers.
Ooh.
Is it okay to lie like that?
I wouldn't see why not, since we're gonna be in deep doo-doo anyway.
Do you want the info or not, Yuma?
Yeah.
Come on.
Whether it's okay or not is secondary. Our priority is to solve the case. In order to achieve that, deception is at times required. Now, let us educate those who are here that their true savior isn't beyond the rain clouds.
It's money.
Oh my.
Whoa.
These are some interesting characters.
What is it you wanted to speak about?
I've already spoken to the peacekeepers a bunch of times. How many times do I gotta say it?
Hasn't the culprit already been arrested?
Well, I don't mind. I have time to talk.
How long are you going to stand around like some tombstone? Our time is short. Why do you think we've gathered them here?
Oh, yeah. We have to question them, right?
It's your move. Play your card.
Do I really have to do this? I guess Halara seems intent on being the assistant.
Pretty
Of
much.
course.
She's giving you the full wheel of command here, Yuma.
I think you'd have to pay her more if you wanted her in command.
Much faster if HALARA did this, Master.
But I have to do it. No point in wasting time thinking about it.
That's right.
Time for an investigation.
And you are...
I do the odd jobs like cleaning around the church. I also care for the forest.
Do you know anything about the Nailman?
I often patrol the woods, but I'm usually asleep at night. When morning comes around, there are dolls nailed to the trees. It's tough to clean all of them up. I've never seen the nail man himself, but I've seen people enter the forest plenty of times.
Have you ever talked to them?
I have, but they typically run away. Some get surprised and leave their nails and doll behind. I chase after them to give them back their dolls, but I'm never fast enough. They always get away.
That makes sense with a body like that.
I understand. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I might give out the wrong impression. Like hard.
Are you the priest of this church?
I mean, with those, the way his face is shaved and those pointed ears, like, kind of looks like the devil a little bit to me.
You think so?
I mean, just with that shaved face, that's more commonly kind of like devilish to me anyway.
Looks kind of handsome a little bit. But I mean, like collar is what usually gives it away for being a priest.
Devilishly handsome?
Maybe. Maybe.
That's right. My family has served this church for many generations. Though I only became a man of the cloth in recent years, the blood of martyrs spanning centuries dwells within me. Thus, my existence is but a piece of the eternal prayers offered. That is my mission, as the divine has guided me to do.
I don't get why, but he sure seems proud to be a priest.
Do you know about the nailman?
Of course. I have no idea how that rumor spread around. Perhaps it was even started by a wish made by those seeking salvation.
Salvation? The people of this city must be crazy if they look to the nailman for salvation.
Hey, that actually sounds kind of cool. I know how they feel. I want to tie you up and go to a world where it's just you and me, Master.
Oh, okay, Shinigami.
Got some bondage here, huh? I kind of like this a little
Basically
bit.
already like that.
I mean, she does have a chain around him when they go to the mystery labyrinth, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You are...
What are you, blind? I'm a nun, obviously. You've got some nerve, calling me here out of nowhere. Do you know how busy I am with choir practice? I'll kill your ass in the name of God.
Oh my God.
She's the type my master has trouble with.
I'll have you know, my dad is a higher up at Amaterasu Corporation. I don't care if you're on a mission from the Peacekeepers. If you piss me off, Papa will make you regret it.
Right. I'd just like to ask some questions. I'll keep it quick. Do you know anything about this nailman?
You mean the guy nailing up dolls? Well, I have seen someone going into the forest late at night. Whenever I've gone into the forest afterward, I usually find dolls nailed to the trees. The dolls have names written in what looks like blood. It's creepy as hell, really. In other words, it's totally metal.
So even if she's a nun, she really enjoys the fact that there's dolls getting nailed on trees.
Mm-hmm. It's
Okay.
hardcore.
Hardcore.
Hardcore, Kelly.
I
Hardcore.
see. By the way, what happened to your right hand? Did you get hurt?
Hey, don't stare. It's nothing. I went a little overboard while practicing an instrument.
Instrument?
I'm working on this new thing I call death metal choir. I was messing around on the bass and, well, you know.
So did she cut her hand or something, I imagine?
I don't know. Could you imagine though, death metal choir in a church?
Bless you all. All the gods worship me.
Those windows be shaking.
No, we'd be sitting down, that's for sure.
Is that your dominant hand?
What kind of question is that? You want to die or something?
Oh,
It is her dominant hand. I'm sure of it.
I see.
Oh, okay. Oh, get back here.
Excuse me, but you are...
Do you even have to ask? You know who I am.
Huh? No, I think today is the first time we've met.
What? You're investigating the nailman and you don't know who I am?
What's that supposed to mean?
This must be the clergy member on the report who was the first to find the body.
Yeah, that's right. I was the first on the scene.
Right, it was on the report. I'm impressed HALARA was able to realize it so quickly.
I've been attending every day since I was first baptized here as a child. That's how pious I am. But I don't work here, so it's not like I'm a clergy member. I just love mystical places like this. There's an otherworldly feeling to it, you know? I love researching this type of stuff, which is why I've been keeping an eye on Nailman activity for a while now.
So, you know a lot about the Nailman.
That's an understatement. In fact, you could say I'm an expert in Nailman research.
In that case, what do you think about the clock tower murder? Though it seems the suspect has already been arrested.
I think he was framed.
You do? Then who do you think the real killer is?
The real Nailman, obviously. The Peacekeepers are making a big mistake. Listen, the Nailman exists. The Nailman is summoned through a ritual and commits murder based on a sacrificial doll.
That's impossible.
Yeah, I get it. You probably want proof. In that case, look for a doll in the forest. You'll find a nailed doll with a name tag for the dark ceremony. Whoever's name is on it is the Nailman's next target. Just follow someone in town with the same name. If you're lucky, you might have a run-in with the Nailman.
What if we go find this, Kelly, and it's our name on the doll?
That would be super spooky.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention this worshiper guy kind of looks like our boss a little bit. He smokes a cigarette, and he's got the kind of same colored hair a little bit.
Really? Like a blue swooped over hair?
No, I'm just saying they kind of have the same hair color.
Oh, style.
And they both smoke, you know?
Does he have the side tattoo?
They look similar. I'm just saying they look similar.
Unfortunately, I wasn't so lucky. I've missed him by just a hair 4 times already.
I see. So you can guess the next victim based on each doll's name tag.
I was so close at the clock tower, too. I found someone whose name matched a name tag and figured out she was heading to the clock tower. I called the Peacekeepers and entered the clock tower, but I was too late. Damn it! If only I'd acted sooner. I was so close to meeting the Nailman.
Guess he just wants to meet the Nailman and doesn't care about preventing the murders. So he's an occult enthusiast? Seems like a huge weirdo.
God. I mean, there are people that have interests like that.
HALARA, is there anything you'd like to ask them?
Only end your turn once you've secured a shot at victory.
Does that mean I should gather more information? What else should I ask about?
About past Nailman murders. About the dolls. If anything strange has happened. About the suspect.
I want to say the third one.
Yeah.
Has anyone noticed strange things happening near the church lately?
Wow, what a vague question.
Oh, now that you mention it...
What is it? Please, any small detail will help.
Something strange was burning in the incinerator earlier.
What do you mean by strange?
Like... I thought it was a rope, but all I can say is it looked strange.
Can you try drawing what it looked like? It does look like some sort of bizarre rope.
Looks like a centipede with legs missing from one side. Looks delicious.
Kind of looks like a comb.
I was worried that it wasn't supposed to be burned, so I tried to take it out, but I was too late. It was completely incinerated. I asked around to see if anyone knew about it, but everyone claimed they hadn't thrown away anything like it. The incinerator is surrounded by a locked fence. Only clergy can access it.
So, no one here recognized it?
I don't even work here in the first place.
Only clergy can access the incinerator, but no one claims to have thrown it away.
I don't know if this has anything to do with the case, but something's fishy.
What if the boy's dad was part of the group?
I mean, I think whatever was burned, it had that same coloration as that thread that we found on the nails inside the room.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just guessing here.
It was very tiny threads, though. How about the dolls?
That reminds me. Is there any information about the dolls used in the Nailman ceremonies? I know a few have been found at the crime scenes, too.
You find that stuff in any doll shop.
Doll shop?
Huh? You haven't seen one? What are you, a foreigner or something? Around here, all the craft shops have been selling fancy dolls for a long time. They were mostly souvenirs for tourists. But that industry is long gone now. Some places still sell them at steep discounts just to get rid of their stock. If you know where to look, you'll see mountains of illegally discarded dolls all over the place.
I see. So they aren't much of a clue given how easy they are to obtain.
That's still a good clue, though.
There have been several Nailman cases in the past, right? Does anyone know anything about past cases?
You know a lot about these things, right?
Yeah, you can ask me anything about the Nailman, including all past cases, obviously. I was the first to find the body every time.
That does not sound like a good thing to say.
That's a little suspicious if you ask me. Every time?
Every time you came across the body?
Huh? Every time?
There's no reason to look surprised. I already told you how I did it. I find dolls with name tags in the forest. Then I look for whoever's supposed to be the next victim. But every time I find a victim, they're already dead.
Being the first on scene each time sounds super suspicious.
Right? I know, that's what we're saying, Shinigami.
You think I'm suspicious, don't you? I suppose you would. The first person on the scene can always lie and say they discovered the body in a locked room. But the thing is, I've never been alone when I've discovered a body. All of the crime scenes had no way in or out, so I'd open them with someone nearby, or by asking the peacekeepers.
So the body's discovery was never done alone. If that's true, then all the rooms really were locked.
Master, why don't you ask for more details about past cases for now?
Can you tell me more about each case?
There have been 3 Nailman cases in the past 6 months, excluding the one at the clock tower. The first happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki district.
What a change in music.
It's essentially a members-only casino. The victim owned the place. At the time, the Nailman was just a name you'd sometimes hear about in urban legends. But I had a personal interest in the Nailman, so I started researching him. And then it happened. I came across another murder while investigating a name tag I'd found in the forest. I knew then that it had to be the Nailman.
And that crime scene was also within a locked room?
Yeah, all of the Nailman crime scenes have common characteristics. There's always a corpse and doll coated in nails, and also the murderer leaves no trace behind. Isn't that bizarre? See why I'm so interested in the Nailman?
I totally get it.
Don't empathize with him.
The secret club was the first locked room mystery. As for the second, it was at a mansion in the residential area near Ginma district. About 3 months ago, the owner of the mansion was murdered in the building's study. The crime scene again took place in a locked room with a corpse and doll covered in nails inside. Considering all this, there's no doubt it was committed by the Nailman. By then, I knew the legendary Nailman had descended upon Kanai Ward. The third locked room mystery occurred a month ago. A woman was killed in an art gallery storage in Ginma district. It also featured a body and a doll covered in nails in a completely locked room. And today, the fourth locked room mystery happened at the clock tower. That's every single Nailman case. At least, for now. I'm sure the Nailman will continue on. He will enact revenge for the people of Kanai Ward.
Yeah. Okay.
A watchmaker was arrested earlier. He's suspected of being involved in the Nailman incident. Does anyone know anything about him?
A watchmaker? You mean G.A. Colon?
Oh, says that.
I've asked him to fix the church clock several times. To think that he's the nail man.
Well, it hasn't been proven that he's the culprit yet.
Oh, I see. But if it were him, no one would blame him.
What do you mean?
This city has completely changed. Everyone is seeking salvation in some way. The Nail Man was born out of our situation.
Okay.
You mean the Nail Man is what the people actually wanted?
Many would certainly deny it, but the nailed dolls continue to appear in our forest. If the Nail Man acts as their agent, then they are also the Nail Man. In a way, that's how I see it. What do you think?
It's true. The Nail Man could be seen as a savior to some people. After all, he kills the people you want dead for you. I mean,
Yeah.
the victim had it coming for doing something worth getting killed over, right?
I think I've asked about everything I wanted to find out.
Looks like time is almost up. Let's get going.
Okay.
Was that okay?
Yes, it will suffice. Thank you for your cooperation.
4 people, 4 possible suspects. In my mind.
You should study their faces well. They may end up being accused of the murders. Huh? You need to remember every face so you can spot them even if they flee through a crowd.
Wait! Do you mean the actual culprit is one of them?
Perhaps. There's not enough information yet to act on.
I don't know
We
about
have
that.
no time to waste. Let's investigate the other crime scenes. Best not to scramble what little gray matter rests in your head. So let's examine the crime scenes chronologically.
Okay. Well, the first murder occurred at...
Wasn't it a club?
Yeah, I think it was a club. I think the mansion was the second one, and the third one was the art gallery.
Yeah.
It's the secret club in the Kamasaki district, right?
Correct. Let's hurry. I won't allow time to be wasted.
Your pennies are counting. Well, it's interesting to learn more about what the 4 had to say to us, though.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That was pretty informative. Man, I don't know who to suspect out of the 4, if there was one of them. The woman with the damaged right hand kind of really, I don't know.
She seemed kind of a suspect, to be honest, you know, enjoying the dolls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she damaged her hand. I mean, you could obviously get injured doing a hardcore activity.
Well, I think that maybe she injured her hand if they were to put something in that flaming.
You know what I
incinerator?
didn't look at? I didn't look at what kind of shoes they were wearing.
Oh, dang it. We should look at that too, Kelly.
HALARA, I've been thinking. The first incident was 6 months ago, right? If we go to the crime scene now, there's nothing left to investigate.
You think it will be a waste of time? There's no need to worry about that.
So, you have a plan then?
What? You're working with HALARA Nightmare. What more could you possibly ask for? Now, let's be swift.
Huh? Right.
I don't really get it, but talk about confidence.
HALARA Nightmare. What a babe.
Where's the secret club?
Was in Kamasaki district.
I smell
So
a mystery. I'm all hyped up.
it's right here, isn't it?
This appears to be the crime scene, but it's sealed off. They've left it like this for 6 months?
No doubt they've shirked their obligation to clean up. I suspect the peacekeepers are lazy to a fault.
Could be. You could cut it with your bare hand. Whoa! Whoa! Did you see that, Kel?
Yeah, I did.
It's open. Let's go inside.
Okay. Whoa, look at
The
that.
peacekeepers may be sloppy, but even they wouldn't leave the crime scene completely untouched. The body was probably found around here. The victim's name is Suguma Iho, an old man who owned this place. His reputation left much to be desired. This place was an illegal casino operating at obscene rates. Even the cheating was rampant.
You sure know a lot about it. When did you...
I told you, I gathered my own intel while waiting at the cafe. The real interesting note is that this crime scene also had no way in or out. At the time of discovery, the door was locked from the inside.
There aren't any windows either, which is expected given that it's underground. There are air vents, but they have secure covers barring entry. Besides, no one's able to reach that high up.
No windows. The only way in and out is the door that was locked from the inside. It's a locked room mystery. Locked room mystery.
But there's not much more to investigate. We don't know what state the body was in at the time of discovery.
I told you not to worry. The conditions have all been met.
Conditions?
Don't tell me you've forgotten I'm a master detective.
Oh, your forte.
My forte is post-cognition, the power to see the past. However, it can only be used at murder scenes. To be precise, I can only see how the crime scene appeared at the time it was first discovered. Another way to describe it would be as crime scene limited psychometry, if that's easier to understand.
That's amazing! It's like the perfect forte for a detective.
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when a third party first entered. The memory or perception of the witness does not affect my
So that blue hair guy is gonna be the one
What I see is
we should
what
see every
actually
time
was
then.
there.
Because he's the first person I came across every time one of these murder scenes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Are you awake,
When
Kelly?
it comes to my power, the witness is not a camera or a recording device. Perhaps the best way to think of it is like a bookmark stuck between the pages of when the body was found. Well, there's no point in wasting more time explaining. Let's have a look.
That power sure is convenient. Explains all the confidence. It's similar to the mystery labyrinth, where I recreate the crime scene in your mind. But now it's done in the real world. Although, it is limited to both the crime scene and the moment of first discovery.
But still, it's amazing.
On the other hand, my master's got nothing. Why is life so unfair? Now I'm angry. Master, can I nibble on your heart to help cheer me up?
Maybe a little bit.
Of course not.
Post-cognition. That's a cool ability.
What?
I'm investigating. Don't interfere. Look around the scene in the real world until I'm done using my post-cognition.
We could look at the body too on the wall there, I think, or Shinigami.
Post-cognition. I wonder what it's like. All I can do is wait for the report.
Well, do I have some good news for you.
What is it this time?
Master, try to remember. Did you feel anything back on the Amaterasu Express? You know, when the other master detectives used their powers?
This sensation. I felt it when Aphex used his powers. Somehow, it feels like I can hear what Poochie hears. Right. I can sense whenever a master detective uses their power.
Yes, that's it! Maybe your coalescence will work now.
Coalescence?
Simply put, it's the ability to share someone else's power. On the train, you only felt the resonance of other people's fortes, but its true function is to share their powers.
Wait, then that means I can also see the scene in the past with HALARA? That's amazing! Is this your ability, Shinigami?
Is something like that. But there are conditions for it to activate. You must kiss someone to share their ability.
Oh!
Whoa.
What? Kiss HALARA?
Ha! I lied.
Oh.
Did
Okay.
you blush? Did you really want to? You still don't know if HALARA is a boy or a girl.
Oh, quit messing around and tell me how it works.
You need permission from the person sharing the ability first. Then, you must hold hands while the ability is active. That's it.
Oh.
Okay, I can do that.
That seems a lot less invasive.
Makarov, give me a big smooch.
Okay. Oh, okay, maybe later.
HALARA. HALARA?
I need you to be quiet. I'm concentrating.
Sorry, but there's something I want to ask.
Okay.
Coalescence. Hold hands. You and me.
Yes, that way I'll be able to see the past too. I think.
My sources made no mention of such an ability. In fact, you're just a trainee.
Yeah, but I just remembered I had it. Anyway, we don't have much time. Let's try it.
I have no intention of getting friendly with you.
Oh, it's not like that.
I despise you.
Huh?
Just the thought of holding your hand makes my skin crawl.
I didn't know you hated me so much.
Let me be clear. I don't just hate you in particular. I despise all of humanity equally. I don't trust anyone, except the dead.
Wow.
I had a feeling. HALARA must be a demon straight from hell.
Then why did you choose to help me with the investigation?
As I told you in the beginning, I always work sincerely for the payment I receive. As long as you promise payment, I will promise my utmost efforts as a professional.
Then please, hold my hand. It's necessary for the investigation. You can add this to my bill if you want. You'll agree then, right?
Fine. If it's what I must do as a detective, then I have no choice but to agree.
Dang. She is kind of like a nightmare. You can do it. I'm not a corpse, you know.
I don't bite much.
Right? Oh.
Huh?
Whoa.
I can see it. Everything looks different than a moment ago. Incredible. So this is post-cognition.
Huh. Wow.
Can you really see it? So your coalescence is real. I didn't expect you to already have your own forte. Well, this does save me the trouble of reporting it back to you, but it's quite inconvenient to keep our hands joined. Very well. Go ahead and lead the investigation.
Me?
It's like a little kid to
If you
his
can see
mom.
what I see, that would be for the best.
I mean,
I'm
I thought
only acting as your assistant.
I thought HALARA looked very similar to Yuma because they both have similar eye color and similar hair color. I'm like, you could be his mom.
Could be related somehow.
This
Maybe
is quite
distant.
the bizarre crime scene. But unusual crime scenes are expected when you work for the WDO. Now, let's see what you're capable of.
Investigation. Bah. Ooh, the table.
That's...
There's a roulette table. It probably hasn't been used since the incident, as it's covered in dust. There don't appear to be any clues on top of the roulette table.
There's nothing underneath either. We should check someplace else.
Right, let's do that.
Okay. Well, we got plus 10 points anyways. Good kudos to us. Oh, can you... Oh! Whoa!
A body. I see a body. The murder scene through HALARA's eyes is completely silent. There are dolls nailed to the walls and floor, and a corpse pinned down with nails in a similar fashion. This all feels like a dream. It doesn't seem real. There are abnormal decorations all around the crime scene. And it's so quiet.
It's kind of freaky.
It's a man's corpse. He's probably around 60 years old. His body is pinned against the wall with countless nails. There isn't much bleeding, so the nails must have been hammered in after he died.
You're starting to get the hang of this. Not too shabby.
Oh, there are marks on him. Signs that he was strangled.
Oh.
The vertical scratch marks were probably made when he resisted.
The most basic of basic observations. Well, at least you noticed.
That's thanks to everything I taught you at the clock tower. I'm such an awesome mentor.
There you go.
This situation is identical to the murder at the clock tower.
The culprit first strangled the victim to death, and then decorated the room afterward.
But why?
It's her calling card, that's why. Gotta have a calling card.
I knew it.
Sure enough, the secret club has dolls nailed to the wall too.
Yeah.
That must be the nail man's calling card.
They're nailed onto the wall seemingly at random, facing all directions. I can't find a pattern. There's nothing that can be connected to the culprit. Let's try checking someplace else.
Okay. Unless we have a vent up there, can we change our angle?
Oh,
Oh,
sure,
there you
no.
go, Kelly.
I just had to tilt up. Whoop! Whoop!
Hey, this vent. The cover is in place, but it hasn't been screwed on. Which means it could be easily removed, right?
What are you doing? You can't touch what you see in post-cognition, even if you happen to be 3 meters tall.
Oh, I see. But I think this will be an important clue. The vent is about 40 by 30 centimeters. A thin adult can probably pass through.
Okay. Ooh, a chair.
By the way,
there's
Yuma, did you notice the nail below the vent?
Below the vent? Huh, some of the nails are bent downward. Maybe they were hammered in a hurry.
Or perhaps there's another reason.
Another reason?
Perhaps they stepped on the nails.
Yeah, they used them as a way to get out.
I bet. Oh, that would explain it then.
I have to say, post-cognition is amazing. You can see the exact crime scene the moment the body was first discovered. Were you born with this power?
My forte is no ordinary superpower. It is a highly refined technique heightened through training.
So you weren't able to use it in the beginning?
I could, but initially, it was just ordinary psychometry. Since I was young, I would often get sudden glimpses of the past, as if I was experiencing a flashback.
Oh.
After a while, touching people or objects resulted in visions flowing through my mind.
Is that why she didn't want us to hold hands?
That's probably why. She's like, every time I get in contact with someone, I'm constantly seeing something.
I only learned it was a form of psychometry after growing older. In the WDO, simply having psychometry as a trainee grants you preferential treatment. But I was not satisfied. I believed I could use this ability more effectively as a detective. And through painstaking effort and training, I gained this ability in 3 days.
3 days?
As I told you earlier, this ability can only see when a corpse is first discovered. It can't be used from the culprit or victim's viewpoint. It is only when a third party first witnesses a crime scene. There are conditions for my post-cognition to activate. First, I must be standing at the crime scene. This condition is absolutely required. I must also know the victim's name and face. That's why prior research is crucial.
Oh, okay.
Lastly, post-cognition is only effective in a 10-meter radius around the body. At this time, I can only see the crime scene and the victim. I can't see any living things that were at the scene.
So if someone was hiding in the room, you wouldn't be able to see them?
No. My ability isn't so good at detecting people.
Still, this is incredibly effective in investigating murder cases.
Feel free to summon me whenever you need my help.
That's smile.
Of course, I don't work for cheap.
You're not gonna change your mind on that, I guess.
Nope, we're gonna be poor.
That's...
There's a vent here. The 4 corners of the cover are screwed on, so I don't think it'll open. I doubt the cover can be opened when it's like this.
But
It's too early to conclude that there's no useful information compared with what has been seen in post-cognition.
Right, I'll give it a try.
Well, we already made mention of it before where it was looser, didn't have screws in it before. You could just take it out. Oh.
There's a glass on the counter. It has a thin layer of dust, so it could have been there since the incident.
A key was in the glass at the time the body was discovered. If you want to investigate, we should use post-cognition.
Right, got it.
Okay. Holding hands is fun. Oh, there's a key.
Oh, there's a key in the glass. Is it the key to the room?
seems like it. By the way, being an illegal casino, the security was extremely tight. There's only one master key.
Oh.
It's also a special key that can't be duplicated.
If it was thrown in from outside the vent, it wouldn't be inside the glass.
So this is definitely another locked room mystery! Hooray! I'm so glad I met you!
Wow, we're getting a lot of clues. Like almost too many clues.
What a rich
Oh.
That's...
The chairs are lined up neatly. Did someone rearrange the chairs after the incident?
Well,
Either the peacekeepers did so, or the staff did here. Either way, it's not something to worry about.
True, I'll check someplace else.
How about that entrance door?
What does that mean?
When the body was discovered, this door was locked from the inside. There's no other way into or out of the room.
In other words, it's a locked room mystery! Locked room mystery! Things are heating up! Yeah, that's what that means. Oh. Let's see, it was knocked over.
That's...
The chair is knocked over. Could this be evidence of a struggle between the victim and the culprit?
I don't know about that. The culprit could have knocked it over on purpose to throw off the investigation. Oh. There's not much we can get from it of that other than the fact it's knocked over. Let's check elsewhere.
Right.
Okay.
The lock is broken. Maybe someone broke it and forced their way in, like at the clock tower. But from the looks of it, there's no sign of the lock or door being tampered with.
What? It wasn't glued in from the lock? No.
I think that's about it.
Whoa.
this moved during the incident? As far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to relate to the case.
Yeah, let's check another place. On the table.
There's a doll nailed to the roulette table too.
There's also a doll nailed here, right in the middle of the roulette table.
The doll itself seems to be the same as the others. There doesn't seem to be anything noteworthy.
That is in and of itself insufficient knowledge, or sufficient knowledge. Let's check someplace else. Okay. Hey, we're still getting points for that though.
That's good.
Yeah. Is there any other place we haven't checked really for like the post-cognition? Can you do it out here?
I think we've done it all.
We have to do it when we look at an area, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we go to the casino machines at all?
No, there's nothing over here.
You just gotta hit this thing and it'll be good as new.
Okay.
Sure, Shinigami.
Yeah, I guess we're done.
Pretty much.
Finished!
That should do it. There isn't much else to investigate. I've never experienced this before, but it's surprisingly convenient to be able to share my post-cognition. It's exhausting to explain what I see to a client.
I bet. Oh, yeah.
People do not believe what they cannot see. I have often been called a liar.
I suppose fortes aren't always convenient.
We still have locked room mysteries to examine. The second incident was at the mansion near Yuma District. I have an idea of where to go. Let's hurry there.
Okay. So it's the mansion at Gima, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that was interesting though. We're definitely seeing some similarities from the clock tower to the club though, for sure. There's nails. There's a corpse. There's a doll. Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. I've been Kelly.
I've been Zelly. Thank you for gaming with us here today. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one going forward. Bye-bye.
Bye. And thanks for watching.
Hey Kelly, they stayed to the end.
I know, Zelly. I think they like us.
Like, subscribe, or share to show us you care. Bye-bye.